Hey, Jared Lau here with Boston HOA Management. A really common question that we get is, what is a condo assessment? Condo assessment is a collection of fees in order to typically pay a repair or expense that was unplanned for or a deficit at the end of the year. What I mean by that is if you have a roof replacement, the roof falls down or a tree falls onto the roof and you have to make this big expensive repair of say $10,000 and you don't have that much money in your reserves, this has to be paid for one way or another. It's not easy to be able to get a condo association loan from a bank. So who's going to pay for this repair because you can't not have a roof? So what ends up happening is that you're going to collect what they call an assessment from unit owners. And that assessment can be broken down based upon how much money you need from each unit owner. Many times what we do is we make a multiplier of your condo fees. So let's say your condo fees are $500 and everybody has to pay about $1,000. You might make it 2 months worth of condo fees. And depending upon when that expense needs to be paid, let's say that roof needs to be paid off in 3 weeks, you're gonna have to have that condo assessment paid off within that timeline. And if people need a little bit of a break, you might be able to pay it out of the reserve and then get it paid back by the assessment itself. This assessment, just like any other condo fees, is a requirement for unit owners to be paid for. And what you're going to want to do is to be able to make sure it's a clear communication of when that kind of association assessment is owed and what it's going towards, right? Communication is key because people are going to say, well, I really don't want to pay an assessment. You have no choice. You have to pay for it, but at least give them that explanation of what it's going towards. Second most common time we see an assessment is at the end of the year. And I say this because if you're improperly budgeted and you have a deficit of, let's say, $4,000 on your income and your expenses, aka you spent more money on your expenses than you did collecting on condo fees, technically the right way to do it is to get an assessment to be able to actually at the end of the year say, hey, we were short about $4,000, the building needs $4,000 to be able to bring it back up to par, and based upon the square footage and percentage of ownership of each unit, this is what everybody owes. That way you're not eating into the operating income every single year and you don't have to dip into your reserve as well, hopefully. So that is an explanation of what a condo assessment is. And if you or anyone else you know is looking for a proactive property manager to help guide you through an assessment or any other condo association management needs, please think of Boston HOA Management, where you get more than a property manager, you get peace of mind.